Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today what I want to do is to talk about uh, three watches that are from companies more associated with fashion than they are with horology. However, these three companies have some very serious and really excellent horology at some great prices. All of the prices are under $4,000. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. Now, the first one is Hermès Slim Hermès. This watch has won several Grand Prix awards, and it's really an excellent watch. It lists for $77.25. That's the MSRP. Now, I found one on a place called the Real, which is more for fashion, but the watches has the same quality for $35.95. The movement in it is a caliber H 1950, which in fact is pretty much based on the Vacher VMF 5401. Excellent movement. By the way, too, Hermès owns 25% of Vacher Manufacturing Fleurier, who made the movement. So it has enough association with it, I think, that you can say it's, quote, in-house. By the way, there was this one, I did this same video a little earlier, and I had recommended a place called Eat, Read, Love .shop for this particular watch, and I was told that may be a scam site. So, because the price was really good, and about the old saying, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If it's, so it's not true. So anyway, but the real does have true. I also found there was one for, I think, just around low 4,000 at the Watch Box. That's a good reliable place, and you can negotiate with them a little perhaps. But this watch is really a gorgeous watch. So anyway, that's one you might want to look at. It'd be great for an everyday watch to go to the office, even the executive suites. And of course for date night. Very nice watch. The other thing about this particular watch and some of the other Hermès watches, they've got their own unique font. In other words, they didn't take an off-the-shelf font and stick it on there. They have their own unique one. Now, this next watch is Bulgari, Octo, Roma, and Octo. Now, in earlier videos, I've talked about the Octo Roma. I got one of our sons one of these, and it's the Octo Roma. It's got a BVL 191 in it, which is an in-house Bulgari movement. And the one I found was pre-owned was 3514. It looked like a really good buy to me. The movement itself is 4 hertz. 42 hours of charge to it, the power reserve. It's just a good solid watch. This is a watch that has sort of this sporty look, I suppose, with the steel band, but it's also more also too an executive suite kind of office watch. Also, the price is not, but the watch is. They also too. There's a Gerald Genta, the Octo part is he worked for Bulgari for a while, and that's probably from his influence. Now there's the Octo Roma, and there's the other one before that was called the Octo, and it had a BVL 193 in it, which is pretty much based on, or very likely to be based on, the Vacher manufacturer Fleurier 3022. So it has a Vacher movement in it, which is an excellent movement as well. So here, I think, here are two good buys, I think, both of them under 4,000. one pre-owned. By the way, too, the Octo, that one was brand new. Now, the final one I was going to look at is Chanel J12. And I put the reference number up there, H5697, on purpose because the J12 has been around for a long time. And at one time they had ETA movements and maybe even some Solida. I don't think so. I think they were ETA. But then what they decided, let's, get our own move. Now, Chanel's got a lot of money. They own, I think, 20% of FP Journe, and they also own about the same amount, what they call the friendly amount or friendly interest in Romain Gauthier. So, I mean, these are two of the tippity top watchmakers. Now, this particular movement is based on a Tudor MT54. There's a company called Canesi, and the Tudor and the Canesi are part of this two sort of these duplicate buildings. The pure Tudor has these Tudor red stripes on it, and the other one was just gray. It's sort of interesting. Both of them are relatively new buildings that were built for creating horology. I don't know if they do the whole watch, but they do the movement. Now, this caliber 12.1, which is, like I said, is based on the MT54 from out of that, has a totally unique look to it compared to, I mean, if you took a Tudor MT54 and you took the Chanel 12.1, caliber 12.1, and held them next to each other, you'd say, no, they're from different places, but they're not. So anyway, this watch, very much a sporty looking watch. The MSRP is $79.50. This is one that if you get one and you sell it, you're probably not, the resale price isn't as high. The value is not going to change, but the retail price does, or the price that you can get for it. The trick is don't buy them new to save a lot of money. This one I found on Chrono24 for $34.55. By the way, too, like I said, if you're looking for one of these, be careful because they have all kinds of other movements, including quartz movements, and you probably don't want that. Anyway, let me know, especially if you have one of these. I'd really like to hear from you. And it's an opportunity to subscribe if you like. Until next time, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection.